Let me take you back to a time when I was a kid, and there was one family computer. The computer had a thick screen, the mouse had a ball, and starting it up, you'd be greeted with this glorious sound. Oh, my tentacles. The time of Windows XP were the golden years of computers in my unprofessional opinion. But realistically, what was a kid supposed to do on these things? Connect to the internet? In 2005? We had dial-up. Now, I'm glad this generation of kids doesn't have to grow up with internet. So yeah, internet's out. Well, the only other choice I see is to play video games. But what kind of games could really be on this ridiculous PC? How dare you laugh at that? Because Windows XP has provided some of the most memorable and nostalgic games of my generation. So this may be the stupidest video I've ever made, but let's check out some Windows XP games. Play the startup sound again. Okay, first up is a classic known as Minesweeper. Now, I'll be completely honest. As a kid, I had no idea what I was doing or how this game worked. And as an adult, it's still about the same. So, okay, you have a bunch of panels, and when you click on one, a number appears. And that's good. The game's still going, so good job. And you just keep clicking around until, oops, I hit the bomb. Game over. That's it. That was my experience with the game when I was a kid. I opened it up and started clicking randomly until I hit a bomb and was like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna go play Donkey Kong now, I guess. However, now that I'm older and much more smarter, I now know that the game runs on Sudoku rules or some shit like that. There's a bunch of math involved where you gotta count and use the numbers to figure out where the mines are, and let me tell you something, math was the last thing on my mind when I was 10 years old. And now that I'm even older and out of school, I care even less. Next, please! Good lord, another sound that is just pure bliss. A virtual take on an arcade classic, 3D Pinball Space Cadet. It's Pinball. This was one of those games that I would constantly bust out whenever the internet was down or I just had the itch for pinball. My brother and I would constantly spend hours on this game trying to get the high score and one-up each other. I also always thought that the pinball board looked like a teddy bear with one ear missing. It's the perfect game for a kid, to be honest. It's super simple and visually stimulating. All the bright lights, effects, and sound effects really manage to keep your attention and fascinate you the entire time. Simplicity of approach is always best, as said by Waluigi. He's so elegant. Although I never like this guy over here staring at me like a creep when I'm trying to play pinball. What the hell are you looking at, huh? I'm sorry, I'm self-conscious. Now we're gonna talk about Microsoft Paint. Yeah, it may be a stretch to call this program a game. However, the possibilities of this program are endless. You could play games. Here's Tic-Tac-Toe. It's a game. I think it's safe to say that we've all spent hours creating masterpieces in Microsoft Paint. It was many people's first exposure to creating art in this new medium that wasn't crayons and paper. I remember using the paint bucket tool for the first time and being like, wow, it just colored everything in like that? The future is now. Of course, though, as a kid, all of my drawings were terrible, and I haven't improved at all since then. But by golly, that's not gonna stop me. So I went on Twitter to ask all of you lovely folks for your art requests. You didn't disappoint, but I know my art will. The Gaming Eevee says, draw this. Oh, goodness gracious. Baldi's Basics in Education is quite the horrifying experience. Not because of the teacher that wants to spank you with his ruler, but because the game is set in school. And nothing is more terrifying than school. Well, except maybe my Baldi. Tobias says, Hatsune Miku holding a pineapple. That's a very oddly specific request, but hey, I don't judge. Hatsune Miku is a Vocaloid. I like Vocaloid. I also like anime girls. And I sometimes like fruit. So hey, with all of this love I have stored in my body, I'm sure I can create a true masterpiece of art. Yep, a true masterpiece indeed. I'm Becky asks, please draw a waffle fighting a pancake. Well, sure. I'm a fan of conflict and violence. I honestly had no idea what to draw here, so I just kinda started going and let my heart do the talking. The result is just a mess, and I'm terribly sorry for ruining your request. But I promise, they're gonna fight. Miasmatic says, draw me! You see, the problem there is that you're an actual artist, and I'll feel bad for drawing you as terribly as I'm about to, but you know what you were getting yourself into. I mean, if you people want to see some real art, go and follow Mia on Twitter at MiasmaticYT. If you want to see terrible art, well, you're at the right place. Some blue hair will do, and a cute blush because you're kawaii AF. There you go. Nathaniel Bandy says draw Shrek for real this time. Well, it's important to start with Shrek's ears and, wait, replace NB's request with a scuttlebug. Okay, if that's what the people want, scuttlebugs are creepy yet adorable, and this one's for you, Nathaniel. You're welcome. MetaJ, you and Ant Dude in a romantic situation. Well, little did you know, Ant Dude and I are in a romantic relationship. 100% seriously, it's real, I swear. Real relationship. But he'll deny it because he's a tsundere. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, but here it is. I hope you enjoy. Don't make any more fan art of this. Okay, now here's a little something more obscure. My mom bought this at a local thrift store when I was like 10. 100 Windows XP Great Games Volume 2. It's a CD meant for hardcore gamers. You could tell because of the edgy cybernetic hands down there. Well, if we flip this bad boy over, we can see what we have in store. Games like Viet Cong, some Call of Duty ripoff, Conflict Desert Storm, another shooter, Stronghold Crusader, probably some Territory Conquer game, Viet Cong again, Conflict Desert Storm, and Stronghold. Why would you show the same 3 games on the box? It's not like you don't have 100 to choose from. The list is literally to the left of these pictures. Why not show off something like Cyclops Force? Oh, that's why. This is real. This is a game on a CD that you had to spend money on. Some awful shooter with the entire Plankton family and Mortal Kombat music. I am in disbelief. But the fun doesn't end there. Here's Robbie to the rescue. A game in which you take control of Santa's more obscure reindeer and need to rescue elves from their cages being held captive by Nazi Germany. I'm not kidding. What? And how do you battle them? Well, of course, by eating cabbage and farting. Great game. Carrot Man is a top-down shooter where you play as a secret agent Carrot and need to stop the tomato terrorists. Hey, would you believe me if I told you that I made this game? I mean, I didn't, but if you're going by my Microsoft Paint skills from earlier, it wouldn't be too unbelievable. Alright, here's a game I actually did like as a kid. Little Fighter 2. It's a fighting game starring cute little chibi anime characters. You run around and do special flashy moves to defeat the enemies. I played the heck out of this game with my friends when I was younger. You punch, you jump, and you do Street Fighter-like button combinations to do Street Fighter-like moves. This is a game I would recommend for everyone to play. It's a perfect pick-up-and-go arcade-style beat-em-up. And it's free! You can't beat that price! Anyway, that was my little trip down memory lane. Windows XP was a wonderful time, and memories I'll always cherish. And I hope you had a good time too. I'll see you later! Waffle.exe is shutting down!